Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today on Attack. Absolute Threshold talks about... What are we talking about today, boys?
Anything and everything.
No, it starts with a C. Come on.
Commercialism.
Okay, we're talking about commercialism. All right. So today we got Matt.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
He made it!
He made it.
I'm here. I didn't have to work. It was awesome. You know, money, right? Amen.
All right, we got Gavin.
Hey, what's going on?
We got Chris.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yes, we turned him up this time. He's on the louder, so we can actually hear what he's saying. Today, though, guess who we're missing?
Jimmy.
Woo!
Weak.
Jimmy's at the Periphery show.
He's at the Periphery show.
Over at the press room.
Networking. Little bastard.
Anyway, so let's, once again, as you guys know from the first show, if you listened to it or watched it, we're going to talk
Like and
about a band.
subscribe.
We're going to talk about a band at the end of the show, but that's later on in the show. So for right now, we're going to talk about this thing that's on Facebook. Chris posted it earlier today. Chris, why don't you talk about it for a sec? Tell the folks what it's about.
So it's actually in regards to this band. They're called Davey Suicide. If you haven't seen their music, they're really, really good. They're like really heavy metal. So if you haven't heard them, go check them out. But the video itself was actually about them actually being recorded by, or not recorded, being picked up by a label, and how essentially they got completely fucked over.
So that's pretty much the gist of it. Check it out on our Facebook page, but man, it is a very crazy story.
Be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Know what you're getting into. You know, Gavin, we were talking about it off air, and it's like one of those things, when you look at those contracts, make sure you have a lawyer or somebody look that stuff over, because
Expensive, but worth it.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
totally save you some time, headaches, money later on down the road.
I think it's also, I mean, the music business is going through such a transition, especially in the last 15, 20 years. Hopefully I'm speaking close enough to the microphone. But you still have, I think, especially with younger bands, or maybe bands that are not as well versed in the music business, you know, they get engaged with these types of record companies that they're preying upon the ignorance of these kids. These kids have more of an old school mentality with, like, you know, you get signed by the record label, they're going to fund your tour. Like, it just doesn't work that way anymore.
No.
Yeah, I've spoken with several bands around here, that, like, some of the bigger bands in the Valley, and it's more like they get a credit line. It's almost like, all right, like, if you know, for those of you that have a home, if you know, like, how a home equity line of credit works, or it's almost like it's like a credit card, where, like, yeah, they're giving you that, they're rolling the money, but they expect X amount back on their return. And that's where a lot of these bands get screwed.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Gavin. It seems like nowadays it's like a bank, you know, issuing you a loan. They want to collect that interest, you know? And I don't know, it's one of those things where back in the day, things used to be not necessarily easier for bands to make it big, but bands nowadays have a lot harder time because, one, there's so much competition out there. There's a lot of different competition within the same genres. That makes it really difficult, you know?
And two, not only that, it also, there's people who can use social media. They can use the internet however they really please to get their music out to hundreds of thousands of people. It's just being able to market that product out to those people and actually get them to your site watching your material.
And C, they actually, so they don't cradle the bands like they used to, like put the seed in the floor and grow them their own. They wait for the bands to do all the work, get big, get the music, get their image and everything set, and then they take them up. It's way different than it was before.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Matt. I mean, I don't know what, I just totally lost what I was saying. I'm blank. Guys, I lost my mind here.
No, but just like getting back to the actual issue, like something that I completely learned from this situation with Davey Suicide is that they essentially have lost 5 years of their entire lives from this label because they thought, oh, this is a great deal. We're going to be getting funding for each of our albums. They're going to be paying for our actual merchandise and everything. And ultimately, because they believed that this label was going to fulfill their end of the deal, they got completely screwed over. Like, I know that for at least with us here in Absolute Threshold, our biggest thing is that we don't have that like label to be able to fund everything. We put our own money into it and we try to make the best out of it, but it's not really something that we want to do long term. We do want to get a label, but it's just being smart about choosing what we're ultimately getting.
Well, Chris, we're poor, man. We're just a poor local band, buddy. I can tell you from personal experience, we're a poor band. We buy a lot of stuff, though. You know, we got merch, we got CDs, and dude, let me tell you, going into that studio recording an album is not cheap.
Heck no.
You're going to be spending some money. You know, I mean, we're already working and talking about recording the next album, starting with one song, and I mean, it's already going to be pretty expensive, but it's worth it. You know why? Because then we give you, the fans, the music.
Exactly.
The passion, the love, the drive. That's right. That's what we do.
The drive.
Like the love machine. Yeah.
Yeah, but that Davey suicide video, that was definitely interesting. And
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was just thinking about it. We've kind of been in a similar experience when we played with the company, Afton.
oh, fuck those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we did the same type of thing, and let me tell you, it was not... They painted a pretty picture, but when you got there, it was basically someone just threw mud on a fucking canvas.
I don't even think they showed up, right? They
Yeah, they had a side person show up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to collect all your money." Oh,
Yeah, I've heard of him.
here, draw out of a hat to fucking pick your time slot. Oh, you're fucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. 2 p.m. 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Oh shit, you play right now. Fuck.
Oh, you guys are late. That's going to look bad on your resume.
Yeah, dude, like they selected time slots. It reminded me of like Plinko from The Price is
Dude,
Right. Like, it's
exactly.
just so arbitrary.
Well, dude, the funniest
Like-
thing too is remember we got paid for that show. A whole fucking $2
Huge
or
check.
$1.
Sold 10 tickets.
It was
right?
10
And,
tickets. We got $1, I think, and it was a check. It
was a
made
check.
out to me that said
We
$1.
can't cash
I
this.
was
It's going to
so
cost too
livid.
much.
It's cost more money to cash the check than to actually do it. It's funny. Anyway,
Now, I remember, 'cause I was so livid because then I remember taking a picture of that and putting that on Facebook, just warning other bands in the area.
I remember that.
Like, one dude that I work with, like his wife happens to like troll on my Facebook page saying, "Oh, maybe you should have known better and done the research." I'm like, that's not.
hey,
people.
but that's good advice
Right?
though, right? That's what we
Right.
do now. You know, we do the research. But
No, it's you learn now. Yeah, I guess some other Afton-esque type company just hit us up on our page, like the Academia or something like
oh
that.
yeah, I saw that.
Academia. But I did some
Fishy.
research on them, and they're a scam across the country too. I even entertain responding to them. I don't want to give them any attention other than check it. If you have any bands, if you're in Phoenix, if you're anywhere else in the U.S., yada yada. If they hit you up, do your research.
Don't play.
You have a lot of those.
And that's a good point, Gavin. I mean, be careful of what you get in your Facebook messages and your emails, because let me tell you, there's a lot, not just these few that we've seen personally, but there's a lot out there that you don't know who it is until you do the research. And sometimes, even after doing the research, they could paint a freaking pretty picture. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit. And you're like, wow.
That company from Nigeria who, had $1 million waiting for us in our record, and we just had to send it to our dead uncle.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
You guys legit.
Dude, you know what's funny? I was just thinking about this off topic. Dude, some guy, he was talking to me about, because I was planning to get a loan, and he was telling me that, dude, too bad, like 20, 30 years ago, people were signing loans off to, like, their pets' names and, like, their dogs and cats, and they could sign loans. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, oh, yeah, people would get, like, personal lines of credit in their dog's name. I'm like, that's fucking badass. Then they don't have to pay it. The dog has to pay it. Just sorry to be off topic.
Is it payable by death?
No, but I was just laughing my ass off because I was like, dude, I could have signed all these loans to my dogs.
Yep.
I could have bought my house in my cat's name, which I don't have.
But Jitters, he's got a job.
He's works at home.
Like, wow.
He gets 3 meals a day and water. He's good.
What do they do? Like, yeah, but if, like, then it's past due. Do they put like little doggy cuffs on the dog?
Right.
Like,
They probably,
that's it.
No, they put the shock collar on him. You know, that's their punishment.
Jeez, bro.
I know.
Damn.
Anyway,
Dark
not to-
turn.
It is. Dark. Anyway, not to go off topic,
Go
but
to
I
like
thought that was
white
pretty
collar
funny.
dog prison.
In the doghouse.
So anyway, sorry, not to go off topic. I thought that was hilarious. I figured you guys would find it funny.
It's
But,
pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
So yeah,
So I don't know. Did I tell you guys I wanted to have a guest on today? I didn't. No. So I got a guy, kind of a big deal. His name is what was it? I think Christopher Walken. I'm pretty sure.
you got Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
huh?
it was very expensive, but I took a loan out in my dog's name 40
Ooh,
years ago.
that's great.
40 years ago, interest. I could afford it now.
That's good.
So I have to see. He's supposed to show up. He's a little bit late. Nope, there he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Mr. Christopher Walken. I gotta head out real quick, use the restroom real quick. He actually was willing to meet you guys because
Dude, that's
he loves
badass.
this band.
I love Christopher Walken.
Hello. Hello.
Oh wow!
Go ahead, sir.
It's great to meet you.
Hey,
Hey,
nice to meet you.
well, I'm so happy to be here. Absolute Threshold. It's freaking insane. You know, one day surfing the internet, I came across your website, absolutethresholdofficial.com. So I I
Thanks.
listened
That's
to
awesome.
one of the songs and I was like so into it. I just wanted to meet you. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, Mr. Walken. We greatly appreciate you coming on the show with us tonight.
It's awesome. You sound excited. I can tell in your voice.
That's great. Come on, Chris. Sound more excited. It's Mr. Walken here. all right?
Exactly. I've got movies to not attend.
That's right.
Anyways, when I first heard your songs, I could download for $1. I mean, wow. Each one I had to. First one was Helpless, actually. Seriously, it made me cry. 3 hours, I think. I lost time.
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, not that you cried, but that's freaking great.
It's insane. I know. It's different for me, too. And the second one, I think, was Taste Your Hate. I was a little filled with rage, but, you know, it happens. Anyways, it made me think, seriously. I was totally reborn. Christopher crawling all over again. It brings me back to my days.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't know we could do that.
It happens. I wanted to ask a few questions to each one of you, find out a little more of my favorite band.
Absolutely, Mr. Walken. How can I help?
Christopher, with you, that name so familiar.
Yeah.
This reminds me of something. Not sure. We'll put a pin in it.
Okay.
Christopher, I've also heard them call you Emo Tip.
Yes.
Is that true? Where's it from?
It's from the Mummy.
Your mommy?
No, not my mommy.
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Wonderful documentary. It's amazing how dangerous it was back then. But why? Why the name?
Just due to the fact whenever I do my screams, our singer Matt was just like, you look like fucking Emotep from the Mummy. Just rah.
Dude, it's that mouth.
It is the mouth. Like
Yeah.
it unhinges like a cobra.
Beautiful. I'm already attracted to it so dearly.
That's pretty good.
It's different.
that.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Keep it up. Wider, if you can. Gavin, I hear you're from New York. I
am.
I also hail from this area back as a young Christopher Crawlin. So the metal music scene in that area, epic. How is it different than Phoenix here?
It's just different. I think you have more of the New York hardcore scene. You get I'd say there's more death metal over there. Like, you know, a lot of it came from the East Coast. And then, like out here, I'd say it's more like progressive, almost more thrashier, more epic when it comes to like respect to like metal. But yeah, I mean, overall, like you get like more like tighter, like breakdown, beatdown type music. So like a New York hardcore, metalcore, you know. Then the influence that comes out of New England too. like when my old band Circadian Schism, when we'd play up there. That whole sound that came out of like Massachusetts, like Killswitch Engage, a million different bands. But yeah, compared to Phoenix, because Phoenix, I feel like there's still like a lot of rock element in a lot of the metal bands. And then I feel like there's like a huge influence of Pantera specifically in bands out here, which is awesome. I mean, I grew up on that. But yeah, I don't know. That's that.
I like it. It reminds me of home. Any favorite bands you miss or want to see from that area?
Shoot. My buddies in Killjoy, they were really good. And then Coratory, when they were still around, my buddy Darren Markov, hell of a drummer. That guy really actually he inspired me to step it up. And yeah, man, there's a lot of good bands over there. But I'd say in particular, it'd be great to play a show with those guys again.
Nice. I'll set it up. Talk to my guys.
That's right. That'd be sweet.
Hey, man, if you can make that happen, that'd be great.
Ramon, I hear you're the businessman of the bands. Is this true?
Always business.
Business. You treat money like you do your own penis, I hear.
No.
I'm sure.
Treated good.
Well, it was sometimes careful and soft, and then sometimes rough and tight. I understand. You have to be tight with money sometimes, but still buy enough equipment to help yourself out. The recent equipment you've purchased for the band, what is it?
Oh, you name it, we bought it. I mean, we've got a whole amplification system. We got speakers. We've got headphones, amplifiers. We've got equalizers. We've got compressors. We've got, man, the list goes on.
Wow. We've got thieves taking down a list. Like, oh shit.
All right,
read this later.
Right. Hey, don't worry though. We got insurance for thieves, man.
It sounds
we
like
got coverage.
You make a lot of money at shows.
No. All right. So here's the thing: you don't make a lot of money at shows unless you sell a shitload of tickets, and even then, you're not making tons of money.
It's mainly based off your merch, and that's how a lot of the bands that are on tour are actually making money.
That's right, merch, and that's how the thing is first though you got to get fans at the shows to buy the merch. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So you got to sell tickets. Once you sell tickets, you can sell merch. It's really tough,
and you can't invite the same 5 people because they already
you
got
could,
merch.
but then they're probably not going to buy any merch. So.
I go every day.
But yeah, no, as far as the business side of it goes, that's me. I'm the businessman of the band. I think Gavin also takes some of that role on a lot.
I am, yeah.
Gavin is the...
Come on, let's be real.
Gavin's the realistic, he's pretty much the guy that does most of everything. Minus the money and anything to do with the finances, he takes care of all the rest.
It's epic. New Yorkers, that's what we're known for.
Doing everything?
Yes.
Ah.
You heard me. Do I need to repeat myself?
No, you're good.
Okay, seriously. Oh, finally, the singer shows up, and I'm on my way out. I'm sorry. Well,
Mr. Walken,
here we
Mr.
go.
Walken, definitely a
I'm
pleasure to have
sorry.
you here.
Just wanted to come back, though. I want to thank you, Christopher Walken, for being here. It's freaking awesome. You got to come and visit us and find out about the band a little bit. We appreciate you being here so much.
It's been fun,
it's
I
ridiculous.
swear. Well, thank you. I'm on my way out. Thank you again. Absolute Threshold. You're fucking awesome.
Hey,
Bye.
thanks so much.
Thank you,
Have a
Mr.
good one.
Walken.
Have a good one.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late.
Dude, what were you doing in the bathroom, man?
It
You
takes
jerking
me
off?
forever in there. It's Christopher Walken, my hero. I had to release somewhere. You can edit that out, right? Edit it out. Okay, all right.
I love the very small delay between all of us whenever he said that.
Well, we just gotta look at him. We're like, come on, man. Jeez.
What?
Get it together.
Seriously, we're lucky. It cost a lot of money to get him here.
I bet it did.
Yep.
I bet it did.
You can use it as a write-off.
That's right. It's a write-off, man, for the business. But no, that was awesome. I'm glad we had Christopher Walken here today.
Celebrity. Holy shit.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll get that show set up for us, man. New York. That'd be great.
Wouldn't doubt
awesome.
it. Wouldn't doubt it.
So I don't know. I think that's another good thing, man. Networking. That's a good way to go on this. You know, the more people you know in the scene, and Gavin will attest to this, the easier it is to set up shows, the easier it is to connect with people, and the easier it is to just do anything, honestly.
Yeah. One thing I've seen with mainly like touring bands. So you get the local scene, you get your crowd going at your location, which is epic and still difficult to do. But touring bands come through and they'll have to do weekday shows. They'll have to do this other stuff. And it's just tough for the local bands to get people there on a weekday show or even sometimes the weekend shows. It's hard to find out how to get fans at other cities that you may be touring to, because eventually you're going to want to. You got to get your sound out there. And that's just, live shows are just epic. You have to be a good live band too. That brings me to the point. But
Yeah, that's true. If you're not, some bands aren't live bands, you know. Some are studio bands, which, I mean, that's fine. If you're a studio band, that's great, man. But everyone does kind of have their own forte, you know, and that's the thing is, like, I think for us, we have a pretty good studio sound. I honestly think, though, our live show is what blows people away. And so you got to come check out our shows, man. Right now,
yeah, they're fun.
We're kind of not doing any shows. We kind of have some stuff coming up. We've talked about a number of things, but some of the shows have not aligned with kind of what's going on in everyone's lives.
Yeah, we're gonna line some shows up coming up. Half the band's having babies, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Both our guitar players
Right.
are having kids, man.
handle with care. So all things considered. But no, it's true though, and it's also though. I mean, when it comes to when you do link up with a touring band, it's making sure that you have that right audience. If it is a touring band, and like, what are they bringing to town too? Like, I really,
point.
yeah. I mean,
That's a good point.
we played with a toy called God recently. Great sound.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh, man.
amazing.
And
They
then
were
Patrick,
solid.
cool guy.
And we learned
Yeah.
some good tips from them, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
they tour in an RV, and dude, they were like, dude, this is the best way to travel if you're doing a tour. And I mean, I'm like, wow, because he's like, dude, you don't have to rent a hotel. You can kind of keep driving, crash anywhere, and it's cheap. And I'm like, fuck.
Not
that's
literally,
badass.
but just
5 sweaty
asleep.
dudes in an RV.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's what Ramon's on. Let's go.
No
Do
air
it, I'm ready.
conditioning.
Do it.
That'd be fun, man. Come on. You gotta admit that'd be a blast.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Why are your clothes off? It's
Ooh.
hot.
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much covered most of the stuff for today. But next time on Attack, it'll have a new title. It'll still be called Attack, but the C will change, and so will our topics.
Don't forget Ashes of the Dead. Tuesday, August 16th, opening up for Belfagor. You know those guys are from Austria? That's
Really?
pretty crazy.
That's right.
They're
That's
on a
badass.
North American tour, man.
Wow.
They're going day by day. Vegas the night before. Then Joe's Grotto, August 16th, Tuesday. And then they're going to San Diego the next day. That's crazy.
Holy shit, man. That is
That's nonstop, dude.
Yeah, a couple your Soundphoria music moment, if you will. Soundman Kills are playing on this Saturday, August 13th. They're playing with Cyphered Existence. It's going to be their debut show. So that's Tanya
nice.
Derry, from formerly of the Resurgence Girls. So shout out to them. Soundman Kills, they kick ass. If you haven't seen them live, you need to. They're also playing with There Is No Us, and who else is playing at that?
They're going to Trivium, too.
Trivia, man.
Yeah, they are. They're open. Yeah,
They're
that's
fucking
awesome.
opening
for
with-
Trivium.
For Trivium.
They're
man.
opened up for Trivium.
Good.
September.
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
Absolutely.
You know-
Freaking awesome.
Yeah. And then who else we have on the agenda here? I know for other shows coming up. That band Co-op, I saw them not too long ago. I know they're playing soon on the August 13th as well.
Wasn't
man.
Co-op
Cool,
the
man.
band that we saw over at the last Trivium
At
show?
the last Trivium show, yeah.
And he's actually the son of Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Ridiculous.
crazy.
Small world, man. Small world.
Crazy, man.
Mr. Cooper Jr.
Anything else big coming through, Gavin?
Let's see. Just coming up in the next week. Yeah, through the next week. That's about it. That's about it. So check that out. But seriously, hey, I'll be down at Joe's Grotto Saturday night. So come hang out, get a beer, and enjoy some good music. Support some local Phoenix metal, rock. That's what it's all about. Like, participate in your community. Because if you're not, I mean, there's no scene.
That's right.
Anyone can sit home and watch Netflix. It's all about getting out there, networking, and really like discovering new music. God forbid you get inspired.
Absolutely.
A lot of good stuff
And if
out
you
there.
if you can't make the show, you can always find all their music online. And you can go to their Facebook, give them a like.
That's right.
Oh yeah, one other thing. Go check out the new Exiled Martyr CD. They just dropped that.
Good.
It is
They dro-
freaking awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Recorded
it's
very
kick-ass.
well.
Like if they're not on Liquid Metal soon, I would lose money on that bet.
I think next week for our band, I think we're gonna try to get them to one of the guys to actually come in to do show with us. So
Oh yeah,
That'd
that's
be
right.
sweet.
It'd be pretty sweet, man. Try and get, and I think that's something that'd be good. Just trying to get someone on the show. It's gonna be upcoming and new, but we're gonna see how it goes.
absolutely,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
So-
a lot of fun.
As everyone said, we're gonna play "Ashes of the Dead," a song from their album, and you guys have a great fucking day.
All right, thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Threshold
Later.
out.
Later.
The jaws of death are fed, awaiting the fires of hell. Searing ink consume the dead, burning flesh of putrid smell. Then the flames stoke the fire, foes will fuel the blaze. Gasping for air, choking on their strangling haze. Cauldrons of fire pour on the earth, scorch the world and watch it burn. Fiery winds entomb the turf, the seas of fire turn. Seven seas bleeding red, humanity's at its end. Blaze of fury, here lies ashes of the dead. Embers of the flame, fires of demons' breath, signifies our name. Ashes of the dead, the dead, the dead. Nuclear annihilation of mass genocide wipes away the history of all mankind. A trial by fire, the guilt condemns only the weak. Burn in this everlasting hell that you see. Embers of the flame, fires of demons' breath, signifies our name. Ashes of the dead, the dead, the dead. The music is heavy, that's how